Well guys, that Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct has finally happened, and I gotta say, it was pretty good with the information that they showed. I was actually pretty impressed with a lot of the things that they mentioned about the game, and I think it will be pretty good. It should be a lot of fun, but there was also one aspect about it that was pretty disappointing for me, and it definitely took away a little bit of the hype that I had for the game, so I'm gonna be talking about that as well. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am having a special giveaway for reaching 55,000 subscribers, or I'm giving away $55 on the Nintendo eShop, so if you want to have a chance to win an eShop gift card for $55, definitely be sure to click the link below in the description or the pinned comment, and definitely go through there. It does end at the start of September, so you don't have a lot of time, so definitely be sure to go ahead and enter for a chance to win. So let's talk about the good, because there's actually a lot of cool stuff that they showed in this game that I am really interested to take a look at. And really the first thing that I noticed right away that they mentioned is that you're actually able to do any of the levels in any order inside of a world. So this is really cool for 2D Mario, because I don't think there's ever been a game like that where you could do the levels freely in any kind of order that you wanted to, because they've always pretty much been locked to like a certain path where it's like 1-1 and then you do 1-2 and then 1-3. So it's cool that when you get to a new world in this game, you can just freely walk around on the map and go to whichever levels that you want, so that should be pretty fun. There's also a bunch of new enemies and characters that they introduced, so this definitely shows me that they're adding a lot more creativity into this game, and they're not just falling back on using like the same Goombas and Koopa Troopas, which of course those classic enemies they mentioned are still there too, but it is nice that there's going to be so many new enemies and new kind of things that they're going to be doing that you're not going to expect, because you're not going to know what they're going to do. So I am happy that there is a lot of new variety that makes this game feel very fresh. Now when it comes to power-ups, there's actually a couple of new power-ups that were added into the game too. So we've got the elephant one, which we saw in the last trailer, and that looks cool because it looks like all of the characters in terms of like Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy, and the Toads are going to be able to turn into elephants, so that's pretty fun. And it looks like you're going to have some cool abilities with that, so that's pretty interesting. But then there's also like this bubble flower where you can like use bubbles to basically turn enemies into coins, and then you can also throw bubbles and then be able to jump on them to get like extra height. Basically you can kind of just throw a whole bunch of bubbles out and then be able to jump on them like little stairs, so that's pretty cool as well. It kind of reminds me of like the baby Yoshis from like New Super Mario Bros. U, where I think the blue one was able to use bubbles, so it's kind of like that, so that's pretty cool. And then we've also got the drill, which reminds me a lot of like the drill item from basically Super Mario Galaxy 2, so that looks cool too, because you can actually like burrow underneath levels, you can go into the ceiling, and you can also like ground pound to be able to drill into blocks and destroy parts of the level, so that's cool as well. And then of course you've got the drill spinning on top of your head, so if anything falls on your head, it gets destroyed right away. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that they are adding multiple new power-ups into the game. Usually they kind of just focus on one, like New Super Mario Bros. U was kind of just all about like the flying squirrel suit, and so I'm happy that they are adding multiple new items and cool things that you can do inside of the game. Now one thing that I wasn't expecting at all inside of this game was there to be some type of like skill tree or abilities, where basically they have like this badge system where you can get all these different types of badges throughout the game, and you can purchase them or you can find them and stuff, and these badges all have like their own unique skills and abilities that you can have if you equip them, and you're allowed to equip one badge before you do any level, so you can get these types of abilities like being able to turn invisible, or attracting coins when you're going through a level, or sensing out hidden secrets and like areas that are a part of the level as well. So like there's so many cool abilities and things that you can have now, and that's going to add so much more customizability now to the people who are playing the levels. Speedrunners are going to find out which badges are like the best for doing certain levels to speedrun them with the fastest time, and it's honestly really cool because you can customize now to pretty much your liking for which kinds of abilities that you want. Like some add grappling hooks, some give you an extra jump, you can wall climb, like there's so many cool different moves that you can have now, so you can basically customize now the different types of skills that you have while you're playing through a level. And that's honestly something that I never thought I would have seen inside of a 2D Mario game, so that actually looks really fun. But now going into my least favorite part about this Mario Wonder Direct, it definitely has to do with the online. Now if you saw the last video I made talking about my predictions for the Mario Wonder Direct, then you know that my biggest wish that I had, and the thing that I wanted more than anything out of all of my predictions, was for there to just be some online multiplayer where I could play through the game with my friends. And with the information that they showed today, technically it's like there, but it's also not. So the way that they implemented online in this game, I'm just personally not the biggest fan of. So I do want to talk about it real quick because I just find it to be not really like that engaging, and it honestly just seems not fun. So the online in this game has a couple of components. The first one that they have is like this live player shadow feed, where basically if you connect to the online and if you're playing by yourself, you're going to be able to see like these ghosts of other players who are also doing the same level with you in real time. And it's basically just kind of like an MMO in the sense of you can see all the other people playing around, but you're not really interacting with them or doing anything. Like really the only thing that they said is if you die or if you like lose or something, you're actually going to turn into like a ghost, and if you touch another like player shadow who's nearby, you can actually get revived. So it honestly feels like an easy mode where basically anytime you die, if you're just nearby somebody, they're going to be able to revive you. So that's pretty much like the live player thing that you're going to be able to do if you're playing by yourself, but connected to online. Now there's also this standee feature where you can basically get these cardboard cutouts of characters and leave them on certain parts of the level, and if anybody is connected to the online and playing the game, they're going to be able to see where you left your cardboard cutouts or your standees, and if they die on the level, their spirit or like their ghost can basically just wander to the standee, touch it, and they can get revived. So it's basically a way for you to be able to help other people that are playing online. So like if there's like a big gap or a ton of lava somewhere, you can leave a standee there, so if anybody dies in that area, their ghost can go and touch your standee and instantly get revived. So it's honestly like another kind of just feature to make the game even easier, it seems, because you're probably going to be seeing a ton of standees all throughout the levels where people have left them. So if anytime you die, you can just touch them and be able to instantly get revived. But now when it comes to playing with your friends, it's also very bare bones in what you can actually do. So you can invite your friends all into a room and you can play together, but the only thing that you can do while you're going through levels together is your friends can give you different items because you're basically playing through the levels with your friends as ghosts. So they mentioned really quickly for a couple seconds that basically you can play through the levels with your friends, but you're not actually going to be able to interact with them because they're ghosts, and all they can do is just give you items. So like if they have an extra fire flower or something, they can drop it for you and you can use it. But that's pretty much all you're able to do with your friends, because the only other option that you have is being able to do races where you can basically race through the level or like race through courses with your friends, and you can see who has the fastest time, which personally I don't really care that much about. Like I'm not really into having like a competition with my friends. I was more just looking forward to playing through the game with my friends, going through the different levels, going through the different worlds, fighting the bosses with them. And I feel like just doing that in a Discord call with, you know, talking with them, it would have been so much fun. But now that it's just basically ghosts, it doesn't really matter. Like all we can do is just give each other items. That's all there is. Like there isn't like any type of being able to help each other out or anything, because if they weren't ghosts, you could actually interact with each other. You could pick each other up. If you were playing as like a Yoshi, one of your other friends could ride on you and you could help each other by going through the levels. It would have been so much fun, and it honestly just really sucks that you're not going to be able to do that and they just don't have like a traditional online multiplayer. The weirdest part about all of this is how they've actually done online multiplayer before. Like Super Mario Maker 2 has online multiplayer. They announced it actually when the game came out, but they actually didn't even have being able to play with your friends. But there was so much outcry from fans who were like, what's the point of having multiplayer if you can't do it with your friends, that they actually added it later as a feature where you were able to play online with your friends. But then they also did it with Super Mario 3D World, which honestly is even more kind of surprising to me, because that's an entire 3D game where you have to actually render out like the different 3D environments and stuff, whereas you would think in a game like this, which is 2D and you don't have as much kind of like insane kind of like 3D models and things to kind of render in terms of online, that it would have been much easier to just have traditional online multiplayer with being able to play with your friends. But they don't. I mean, you have like the whole ghost thing, but that's not obviously going to be a lot of fun if you can just give each other items and that's all you can do. So yeah, I was just really looking forward to being able to play with some of my friends. Like I said in my last video, a lot of my IRL friends are busy with work and classes and just doing a lot of other things, so we can't always be able to just gather locally and being able to play a game like this. So it would have been nice if there was some online and we could have all just connected online with the game and just being able to get in a Discord call and play with them, and it just would have been pretty nice. But now that there's not really any traditional online multiplayer, there's really not a point, because why would we gather in a call to just be able to give each other items as ghosts? Like, it's just not worth it to even play online at that point. So it does really kind of suck, because I was really looking forward to that. So honestly, because I'm not going to be able to play online with my friends, and because like we're not going to have traditional online, it definitely does take away a little bit of the excitement for me with this game, because I'm not just going to be super excited to play through this game by myself. I really was looking forward to that whole multiplayer feature. So yeah, it just kind of does suck a little bit. Now, I know all the hardcore Nintendo fans and Mario fans are going to be defending this with their life, talking about how the game still looks amazing and it's not a big deal and you should be grateful for them still adding a little bit of online and be happy with what you got and all of that, and 2D Mario has always been about local and I'm still going to be able to play the game locally, so I'm getting it and I'm going to have a lot of fun and I'm enjoying it. But like, that's not really the point here. The thing is, it just sucks that a game like this is coming out in 2023 with such a focus on playing with your friends with multiplayer, and it's not going to have a basic feature that they've added before in other games by just being able to play the game normally with your friends online. And so like I said, the game still looks great, I'm still going to be getting it, I'm sure it's going to be fun to just play through the levels and everything, but it really does suck that there isn't going to be just normal online multiplayer. So I guess I'll just get it, and then I guess the next time I can actually gather all my friends together, we can just play locally. But yeah, I really just was looking forward to just being able to play with my friends normally online, because it would have been a fun game to stream too. Like, I would have been able to gather some of my YouTube friends and we could have had a lot of fun just playing through the game on stream as well. But what's the point if you're just going to be ghosts and you can only give each other items? Like, at that point, it's just better to play the game by yourself. So yeah, it definitely does kill a little bit of the hype for me with this game, because I was really just looking forward to being able to play with my friends online. But yeah, there you go guys, those are pretty much all of my thoughts about the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well, as I am going to be talking more about Mario and Nintendo in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about everything. How do you guys feel about the Mario Wonder Direct? How are you feeling about the game? And how do you feel about there not being any traditional online multiplayer? Is it a deal breaker to you? Do you not really care? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. Go follow me on Twitter at @ActualArrows so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. I am giving away a $55 Nintendo eShop gift card, and so if you want to have a chance to win that, all you got to do is click the link below in the description or the pinned comment. It does end in a couple days, so definitely be sure to enter for a chance to win. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.